Alrighty, welcome everybody to another episode of Smite Super Builds, and today we have a Mage Ymir build. It's been a little bit since we've done this, so let's go ahead and go into the actives. Greater Blink, definitely a must-have. Greater Blink plus Ymir is destruction. You have to have those two. Even when you build a tank, it's just a great initiate because he is a slow, big, moving piece of ice, and yes, you'll get shut down in your tracks, and they can easily run away from you if you don't have your blink on. So, next, if Influence Curse is optional build, or active rather. The way it works, you blink it and you slow everybody down. That way they can't really run away from you, so you can easily choose your targets, or put a wall behind them, or in front of them, whatever the case may be, or just use your ulti. And it makes it harder for them to fight back with the reduced attack speed, and they're slowed. Now, of course, if you're fighting healers or high health regeneration guys, get Weakening Curse. Moving on. Shoes of Magic. It's up to you which shoes you want. If you want penetration or cooldown reduction, just for this case, I'm going to go with penetration. Moving on. Magic's Blessing. This slot is your only real defense slot because we don't want to be like a bruiser. This is more of just a pure damage build. But this gives you just enough defense to where you just won't be a total paper cannon. So Magic's Blessing, the way it's going to work, since we have the passive, it's going to absorb any hard CC, so like stuns, some roots, and whatnot. So that way you can move around freely and easily choose your target without getting shut down in your tracks, because you can't do any damage that way. Now, if you don't care for Magic's Blessing and you want a little bit more defense, I would definitely go Hide the Urchin. This is a lot of defense just for all one item, and make sure to get this early if you want the full effect and use it during the most duration of the match. So if you need more defense, pick up this item. Really great item. Moving on, we're going to go Polynomicon. Now, I know it's going to get nerfed down to 50% from 85%, but it still works really well with Ymir, mainly because of his passive. If you're not familiar with his passive, if you look here, he applies a debuff to enemies called Frostbite. All of Ymir's basic strikes against that target are afflicted by Frostbite, do 100% more damage. So, that's going to hurt. I'll show you exactly what that means right here. So, you're here, boom. Right here. So Polynom and our basic attack basically did the same amount of damage. That's like 600 damage just right there. Now, of course, this is on jungle minions. It's not to full-fledged scale to against an enemy god. And yes, Polynom will be nerfed down to 50%. So shave off 35% off that damage, and there's your number. But still, it's going to hurt quite a bit. So freeze, carpet, run them, punch them with your ice stick, and that's going to hurt quite a bit. So yes, moving on. Also, just obvious reasons: mana, power, and lifesteal. But besides that, we're gonna get Winged Blade. Now, quite a few Ymirs get this as their damage, or when they build damage, or if they're juggling Ymir. Reason being is the movement speed. It's really scary seeing a fast-moving Ymir that has a bubble that will absorb a CC. And he has Blink and a Influence Curse. That is just no running away from that, and just no stopping Ymir, because we do have the Winged Blade passive. When hit by a slow, you're immune to it, and your movement speed is increased by another 20%. So if they try to slow you, you're just gonna get sped up. Of course, it only occurs every 30 seconds. But besides that, this does act as our cooldown reduction. It's only by 10%, but it is something. So that way you can go ahead and skip Shoes of Magic instead of the focus. But it's all up to you. Attack speed, that's gonna help us out a little bit with our basic attacks after we use our abilities for that Polynom and the Frostbite hits. Movement speed, obviously, cooldown reduction, whatever. Health, that's gonna help us out a little bit. Now, moving on from that. Now we have quite a few health in here. So we have Magic's health. And we have Winged Blade as our health item, and this is going to give us even more HP. Also, Ymir is the top highest HP scaling god in the game right now. Basically, what that means, every time he levels up, he gets the largest portion of health increase per level. So with other stuff on him, it's going to give you even more HP, and then all that HP is going to turn into magical power, so that's going to help us out a lot, quite a bit. And at the same time, still having a little tankiness with the amount of HP we have, and then finally Rod to Hoodie for our magical power that we desperately need. So as you can see here, almost 3,900 HP. That's a lot of HP for this powerhouse of a build. So we have 447 magical power, not too bad. Our defenses are mediocre. I mean, 104 and 63, that's not too bad. Like I said, if you need more magical defense, I'll probably substitute one of these items, probably Polynom, for Void Stone. It's still going to give you power, you're going to get your protection, and the Ura, since typically they're going to be close to you, or you're going to be closer to him, vice versa, whatever, when you're trying to attack them, it's going to act as extra penetration, so it's another great substitute item. So, besides that, let's go ahead and go meet Raw and do a little bit of damage testing. Use our Frost Breath, use our 2, our basic attacks, and he's dead. Pretty simple. Overall, we're going to start casting Royalty. So 1500, and then we just use our basic attack for 300. So that's pretty much how that works. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.